Hello, welcome back. For today's video, I'm going to be testing out a full face of Temu makeup. Haven't done this for ages. I think it must be like well over a year since I've done this, but a few of you have requested this, so ye ask and ye shall receive. I've got it all in this box here, so I've got pretty much a full face. Well, bar, I don't think I've got powder. And that's about it actually. Oh, and a primer, because I don't really use primers. I rely on my skincare, unless I'm desperate for primer, of course. So we are going to start off with, I think we're going to start off with eyes actually. So I've got this palette here. It did come in like an outer sleeve as well, which is this one here. I did keep it just because it's got the ingredients on the back there. If you want to pause that. I'm sure there's something pretty ominous amongst that lot with it being from Temu, but there we go. So this is one of those like multi-use sort of palettes, and it is actually quite cute. We've got a little mirror on here, and then let's take that plastic off. It's giving Laura Geller. So I thought these colours of eyeshadows actually look really nice. And then there's also a, I think that's a blush. Let's have a look. Yeah, or a very deep highlighter, and then this really pretty looking, oh, that's stunning, look at that, that's well nice. And then I think this is supposed to be a setting powder, but it's way too deep for me. I think it did come in two different shades, and I picked the darker one because I wanted the darker one for the eyeshadows. But how nice are they? Really nice, I love that. But yeah, with regards to the face products, they're probably, apart from the blush of course, they're probably a bit too deep for me. Of course, with it being from Temu, it's extremely affordable. I'll stick all the prices down here as we go along. Oh no, look, I didn't even notice that. That says bronzer. That's an odd bronzer. Yeah, no, I don't really like shimmery bronzers anyway, so I'm definitely not gonna... Or did I get a bronzer? Is that what I relied on? No, I did buy this to use the bronzer as well. Oh, well, that's going to be no good, is it? See, that's just like a deep highlighter. No, that's going to be no good. I'll have to use a different bronzer. And this says highlighter underneath, which I thought was a setting powder. That's not right, is it? It's playing games with me. So we'll give these eyeshadows a quick swatch before I put them on my face. They actually feel really nice. So 1, beautiful. 2, that's really nice as well. Oh, what's happened to that one? Nothing. That's the matte shade. Maybe I didn't swatch it well enough. Let's try again. Can't even see that. Hasn't even transferred from my finger to my arm, I don't think. But it's still on there. That's so strange. Well, that's a bit naff. Oh well, maybe when it's not being swatched it'll be a bit different. It might be because of the oil in my finger, who knows. That is the only matte shade though, so I suppose I could use this one, couldn't I? And they're the last 3. Might as well go over this because it didn't do anything. See, the shimmers are actually really nice. It's just, I mean, they're not the most pigmented in the world, but they're all right. It's just that matte shade, which was a bit strange, but we shall see. Okay, so I've just popped some primer on my eyes. I'm going to start off by going into this so-called highlighter shade here, and I'm going to pop that one through my crease, using it as a bit of a transition shade. Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, there's nothing special going on. It's a very pale shade, but we kind of knew that before anyway, didn't we? It's not in the eyeshadow section, but I mean, that doesn't matter, does it? Nothing special at all, really. It's actually quite drying, and I don't really have dryness on my lids at all, but it's quite hard to show you on camera because it's such a pale shade. But it's really almost just I was going to say clung to any dry patches, but as I say, I don't really have any. It just makes them look dry. Not the best. So we will next go into, I think I'm just going to use, what do I do? Might just try this Alba shade, which is like a kind of light wine-ish sort of shade, and just pretty much pop that over my whole lid and just hope it's not too dark. Almost using it as a wash of shimmer. It's not actually too dark. It's more pinky when it's on. I'm gonna just blend that in quite gently. Yeah, that's not actually too dark at all. That's all right. It's yeah, as I say, it's a lot more of a pinky than a full-on like claret sort of wine shade. It's not too bad. I'd say the shimmers are definitely better than the mattes for sure. I'm just gonna take I'm going to take a bit of this perler one in the middle here. Hopefully it's the same as the purpley one that I use, where it's not overly dark. Can't even see if that's come off on the brush. And pop a little bit on the inner corner here. Oh no, that's really nice. That's really nice. That'll make a nice highlighter actually. Yeah, that's better. Just to add a little bit of lightness, because I just feel sometimes when I use a deeper shade all over the lid, it like really closes my eyes up. You know what I mean? It closes them in because the deepness of the shade isn't the most flattering, I don't find, like all over my lid. Yeah, I feel like that's a lot better. I really don't. I say the shimmers are better, but they're still not great, are they? Let's be honest. Right, we'll put that to the side for now, but I think this was like £4 something, and I'm not being funny, but there's much better like palettes, and I know this is a full face palette, but you've got like Technic, Revolution, Catrice that do palettes for a similar price, and they perform way better than these do. For mascara, we have this one here. So this one is from a brand called O'Sheel. I think that's O'Sheel. And it's the Honey Dense Curl Mascara. I think this drew me in because of the design of the actual like packaging. Because look, it's really quite cute. It's got this like quilted design on the like the bottom container bit, but then look, we've got this little butterfly on the top here as well. Very cute, isn't it? I think this just came in black. Oh my goodness, look at that wand. That's tiny and very skinny. I'll try it. Do you know what? I say that, but one of the best mascaras that I've tried performance-wise, is a pain in the backside to get off, although they have released I've actually got it, I need to try it out. They have released like a remover for it now. Is the She Glam, the Iron Curl, I think it's called, mascara. That is so good, and that doesn't even have any bristles, it's just a stick. Okay, so we're all curled up now. Let's give this a go. Hope it doesn't burn my eyes out. Oh, it grips. It does grip. Do you know what? This isn't actually all bad at all. It's a bit dry, a bit of a dry formula. I don't feel like there's very much product on the wand. Let me try and go in again. And it's quite, can you see that? Oh, not like that, you can't. This isn't like a hair or anything. That's the actual like product. It's quite almost latexy. Has it got latex in it? I'll have to have a look. But yeah, but no, it really does. Like the tiny little bits in the bristles are really gripping my lashes, which I didn't expect it to because it's so thin. And it's definitely giving length. It feels like it dries down quite quick as well. And for me, I prefer that because, you know, A, it's less messy. You're not like constantly blinking it. I have got an eyelash on there now. Blinking it onto like your lid or anything like that. It's, and I find that when they do dry down quite quick as well, they hold the curl quite well. Look at that. That is actually pretty good, to be honest. This was very cheap. Yeah, it's definitely like, you know, gives that lift. I mean, I did curl them, but you know, I curl them all the time. But yeah, you can definitely, you know, see a difference on the first coat, can't you? Okay, so it's not a bad mascara actually. It does dry down almost too quickly though. It's like it doesn't give you a chance, and it goes a bit clumpy because it almost, as soon as you touch the lash with it, it's dry. So it doesn't give you a chance to like comb through and separate the lashes. That's the only thing I will say. But I mean, you can see because of that, it gives you that instant like vroom, you know, because it dries so quick, they're locked in place, if you know what I mean. So yeah, with regards to that, it's really good. If you're confident enough to move really quickly as you're applying it, then it's great. But yeah, that's why this eye actually looks better than this eye, because I did this one first and I wasn't aware of it. Whereas when I got to this one, I kind of knew what was coming, so I did it a bit quicker. But yeah, it's a good mascara. I do feel like it's going to be a pain to get off though. I'll have to try that stuff that I bought, that She Glam stuff, and see if it works on this. But yeah, I'll show you the ingredients on this one as well. So we're just here. So let's even out this skin a bit and pop on some foundation. So I went for this one here. This is from a brand called JoJo Diary. I don't know if this is an actual C Beauty brand, you know, because I've seen it in other places as well. The packaging is really cute. The only thing I'll say with this is it came in 2 shades. How pathetic. So yeah, 2 shades. This is the darker one. That's bad, isn't it? So I'm going to give it a quick shake. Again, I think this was quite reasonable. 30 grams of product in here, and the ingredient list is just there. So, oh, it's a pull. And then we've got a little pump. It is actually really cute packaging. This is frosted glass as well. So let's, oh, it's quite thick. Like really, it actually looks like a really nice formula though. So it's like, I don't actually think it'll be too bad. It is a little bit light, but I can always warm it up with some bronzer. I've got my most pigmented one on me here because I thought it might be a bit light. So let's go on to this cheek here first. I don't know though, it doesn't actually look too bad. I can't figure out whether it smells nice or because I cleaned my brushes the other day. That's my brush cleaner. I can't get my words out, can I? Do you know what? This is actually really quite nice. I'm just going to build it up on this area just here. I'm going to take my sponge and just press it in, as I always do. That's actually a perfect match. Look at that. I haven't even gone down my neck at all. I only went up to there. I don't need to. That's actually really nice. So this is just like the one layer. Obviously, I'll try and build it up a little bit for you. I wouldn't normally though, compared to without. And then front on. I think it's really nice. And the shade is really good, but as I said, this is the darkest shade. So do bear that in mind. If you're any darker than me, you probably won't be able to, well, you won't be able to get this. Although I will say that it was kind of a bit of an across the board thing I found on there. There wasn't really, you know, any foundations, to be honest with you, that had any decent shade ranges. And there's another layer on there. So it's very buildable, like nicely buildable actually. I'm really impressed with that. I'm not gonna lie, I think that is stunning. It gives a beautiful glow, but without looking greasy or oily. And it's a great formula. It's quite thick. I would say not quite full, medium to full. However, you know, as I said, it is nicely buildable and yeah, goes on beautifully. It feels quite moisturising as well, which I like. I actually really like it. Let's do the rest of my face then. Okay, so it's all, oh, look at the glow. That's actually beautiful. It's all over now. I think that's really nice. Like really nice. It looks quite natural, doesn't it? It looks like my skin still. It doesn't look cakey in any way at all. Not even around my nose. Yeah, it feels really comfortable as well. It doesn't feel like, you know, there's much product or any product actually coming off on my fingers. It looks really nice. I really like it. It's evened things out a lot. And yeah, the colour match for me is absolutely perfect. Beautiful. Okay, so I've just done a bit of bronzer. I went on with my HMB bronze tint, as they call it, in 04, and also the NYX powder in, what's this one, Peach Posse. So got a bit of under eye concealer, which looks interesting. So this is from the brand Sunshine Under Eye, apparently, because I was like, really? This is the concealer itself. Wow. And it's got this little like rollable on the end here. The packaging feels extremely cheap. can't remember. Is it like a... Oh, I can see it coming up now. So squeeze a bit up. And then we've got this rollable thing. Oh, she knows. And then I'm just going to take it here. And here. Feels quite a thin oh, that's too much now. A thin consistency of concealer. But I don't mind that, to be honest with you. I like, you know, the Rare Beauty under eye one, the brightening one. I actually really like that, and that's really thin. I find that when you've got slightly older under eyes, should we say, that a thinner concealer is better because, you know, it doesn't like really settle in as much. I mean, they all settle in, but not as much as, you know, a thicker, more full coverage concealer does. That's actually really nice. Wow. It blended so easily as well. Normally I have to do this and then I have to go in with my finger. Matches up with that foundation really well. It's lovely and brightening. I'm going to use my finger anyway, just because I always do. Anyone else do that? You know, if you don't do a certain thing when you're doing your makeup, you feel like you haven't done it right. It's like, yeah, you haven't completed the task. That's actually really nice. Just the right amount of coverage for me. As I said, I don't like it too heavy, too cakey under there, which is why I don't like a really thick product that does become heavy. Something that's nice and thin, nice and light. The YSL Touche Eclat, as I say, the Rare Beauty one, that sort of thickness for me is perfect. And this is very close to that. I'm not gonna lie, and it was so cheap. That's actually lovely. Yeah, really nice. For blush, I have this one here, the Bobo blush. How cute. And this is also from the brand Jojo Diary, which is where the foundation was from. I got the shade 01. These remind me of the Merit Beauty blushes. Look, because it's like this. It's really nice, actually. Nice packaging again. So I'll be honest, in the picture, this looked like it was quite a coral shade, but that doesn't look coral at all. Let me just, yeah, it looks quite a purpley red almost. That's okay, we'll go with it. It does look quite pigmented though. Right, I am going to use, whoops, a brush, because I always do. So I'm not going straight onto my face. I'm going to take it, wow, I'm going to take it onto the brush. I'm just going to tap some of that off. And then go where I normally do. Yeah, it's a lot more of a ready pink than I would usually go for. I do find, you know, when you've got rosacea and you use this kind of a shade, it almost enhances it a bit more. Like you take it away when you put your foundation on and then you bring it back with the blush. It's nice though. It's a lovely finish. Goes on really nice, blends out really well. Can't compare it to the Merit one. I know quite a few of you do use those because you've mentioned it to me before. And is it the Love Flush blush or something like that they call it? And don't get me wrong, it's on my list. It is on my list. I have quite a few Merit products, one of which I use on the daily. The highlighter stick, love that. So yeah, I can't compare it to that just yet. But I actually think that's really lovely. Really nice. Yeah, as a blush in itself, I actually think it's quite nice. It's not the best, it's not like amazing or anything, but for the price, I actually think it's, you know, it's cute. It is. It goes on well, blends all right. Not the colour that I would normally go for, but the product, yeah, it's fine. For highlighter, we have this interesting looking one. This is from a brand called Capane, and it's a little lion head. So it looks like a little eyeshadow single. It's quite small in this champagne-y colour. Be nice if it was up the right way. But yeah, we've got this little lion head just here. Random. Looks quite glittery, which I don't normally like. So I'm just going to take my brush and we'll just do a little swirly swirl in there. Hopefully that's just a bit of an overspray. As I say, I'm not really into glittery blush highlighters. Oh my goodness, that is really glittery. Not my cup of tea at all. Oh, I've got to go to the doctor's in a bit. She'll be looking at me like, why are you coming to the doctor's looking like you're ready for Ibiza? But yeah, it's a nice highlighter. It's okay, and again, it goes on really well. There's no, you know, it blends nicely. It doesn't just look like a stripe on my face. It's just way too glittery for me, like way too glittery. I prefer more of a sheen. Yeah, like, look at that. That's like proper in your face, isn't it? Let's do a bit on the other side. Yeah, it's intense. Yeah, I would say if you like a glittery highlighter, then you'll love this. It's actually, as I say, it blends well. It goes on nicely. Yeah, it's just the glitteriness of it is just not my cup of tea. But if you do like a glittery highlighter, then try it because it is nice. Right, we're going to set that down now. I've got this here, which is from that brand. I don't even know how to say that. And this is the Mistine Clear and Misty setting spray. Very basic sort of packaging. I've had not too bad of a mist at all, actually. It's not the finest, but it's not like, you know, a really strong one either. I'm just going to cover my mic. Oh, smells nice. Smells like a very fine perfume. Ooh, it's very wet, isn't it? We'll let that dry. Yeah, I've had setting sprays from Temu in the past. They've actually been really good, like really locked everything in, and they felt really nice on the skin. So hopefully this one will be the same. So we're all dried down. It actually does leave a really nice finish on the skin. Like really nice. It gives that really nice healthy glow. I think that's lovely, you know, as a product. It feels really nice as well. It doesn't feel sticky or leave a film, or it doesn't feel like it leaves a film like on your skin or anything. Yeah, not bad. Very lastly, for lips, I have this little lip kit here. So these came together. This is from the brand Pou d'Air, which is a brand that I've used before, actually from Yes Style, I believe. And this is in the shade, doesn't say, I'll link it below anyway. So we've got the lip liner here. I believe this is like a mauve. And then, I'm not sure on that name, to be honest with you. But we've got this one just here, Lip Mud, which I thought sounded quite cool. Oh, shade 2, maybe that's what it is. So the lip kit is shade 2. How cute is that packaging? That is really nice. Love that. Right, I'm going to start off with the liner. So, quite firm. It's not always the worst thing though. I do find the firmer sort of formulas last a bit longer. I cannot talk today. It's really annoying. It's firm, but it's still going on well. Nice, lovely colour. It's nice, blended well as well. Right, so we'll go on with the Lip Mud. Oh, it's one of these like blurry, I love these like blurry ones. Like the Foy pudding pots. Oh, that colour. Oh, that is my favourite shade of lip product, is exactly this. What I like to do with these is just take my finger and just blend it a bit. Because they're really good. If you've got any little lines. Actually, I was literally about to say, if you blend it with your finger with these kind of really matte products, a bit like, you know, the Foy pudding pots, it's that kind of texture. It like disguises any, like blurs any fine lines that you've got, although I feel like that's actually enhanced it a bit. I don't know, I love the colour though. I love the colour actually. I think that is beautiful. It does feel really, really comfortable. You know, it doesn't feel like I've got anything on my lips, to be honest with you. It feels extremely comfortable, really nice. And I do feel like that's going to be quite long lasting because it feels, as I say, like the consistency of the pudding pots, and they last all day on me. So here is the finished look, and I will say that overall I do actually quite like it. I think it's nice. I think a lot of it is down to the foundation though. This foundation is beautiful, really, really nice. But as I say, I don't think it's like a Temu brand. I think this is a C Beauty brand, and it's being sold on Temu because I've definitely seen it elsewhere, like on Yes Style or something. So that's really nice, as is the blush actually. I just wasn't very keen on the shade, but the product, as I say, was really nice. I love the setting spray. I like the lip products. The concealer actually, even though it is a blatant copy, well, at least have Milk done a rollable thing? Is that quite a new thing that they've brought out? I can't remember. But yeah, the product itself is actually really quite nice. I'm not gonna lie. For me, a miss or something I'll probably never pick up again is this palette here. That's a no, and also the highlighter, just way too glittery for me. As always, I will link all the products in the description box below for you. If I can, I can't remember if we can or not with Temu, but I'll try my best. I'm sure I've got like some kind of affiliate code as well that I can give you, like a discount code from way back. I'll stick that down there as well if I can find it. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, and I'd really appreciate it. It'd mean the absolute world to me if you enjoy watching this video, and if you'd like to see more content from me in the future, and you would like to subscribe to my channel. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye.